Hi guys, so just an update on how I'm doing and how everything is and what I've been doing. I don't think I've done one of these for a while. So I've now lost probably about 15 to 16 stone. I'm like 19, 18 stone now. I'm pretty much where I want to be. Don't want to get down too much because I'm quite tall and broad-shouldered, and I just look stupid. These last few months have been quite a tough year for me personally because back in June I started becoming quite ill. My bowel started playing up a lot more. I was in and out of hospital, and in the end I had to stay off work. I'm still off work, and it's November is it the 12th maybe, or the 11th, it's Saturday, and I've been off work. I had some issues at work anyway, unfortunately, that were out of my control. I can't really explain, and found another job. So I found a new job which is a lot better pay, better hours. When I say a lot better pay, it's probably about 40% more than I was on. So, bad things happen, but good things happen at the same time as well. But I was doing this while I was interviewing when I was waiting for my operation. So at one point I was so ill, I basically on the edge of death at one point. I got that bad, but yeah, thanks to the NHS I got through it. I didn't have the emergency surgery straight away. My surgeon, who I've been seeing, a consultant at Portsmouth, John Richardson, he's a very, very nice chap, and I've known him for a couple of years now because he knew about my bowel problem for a while. So he's seen my journey, lose all the weight and that, and it's been quite nice to have that connection with someone. He didn't want me to have an emergency surgery because if I did, there was no planning, and basically I probably would have had a stoma. There was a risk of having a stoma still, even though normal surgery, but it's less of a risk. So I had a normal operation booked for the 31st of August. A couple of days before I went for my pre-op, so they weigh you, they take bloods from you, the normal stuff. You have to see the stoma nurse, which is quite scary because they talk about the stoma that you might have, and which you might need to, might end up having and practicing, and all the complications that you have. So that was quite scary itself, being shown that, and it was like, well, yeah, this is scary stuff, and you didn't really want it. But on the 31st, I got up nice and early. I was at the hospital about 6:30 in the morning. Basically, I waited in the surgical area. I got changed into the surgical clothing, and went and saw different doctors, like who I'm going to see in the operation room. And then I had to wait till about 11. Emergency come in, and then all of a sudden I walked down in the room with my bag, they took all my stuff and sat me down on the operation table with a nice pillow. It's like a metal pillow, metal operation table, so it's a bit uncomfortable on your back, which I felt after the operation, not gonna lie. They started pumping drugs into me, and all of a sudden I just went off to sleep just like that, and then I woke up. I was in a bit of pain, waking up because it's such a big operation. Basically, what they done was they took part of my bowel out. So they removed the part of my bowel, intestine, and basically they took that out because it was diseased, and then they re-stretched my bowel, and then put it back together and stapled it together. And lucky enough, I didn't have to have a stoma, which is great because I don't think I would have liked to have a stoma, or especially my age. But I was in a lot of pain, and it's one of the worst operations you can have for pain. Anyway, it's horrendous. So I was high on drugs for a long time, so I went into the high intensive ward after. Well, I was there for a few days and they looked after me. But yeah, they asked you to try and do some walking and stuff like that, just to, it helps with recovery more. So I've done a lot of that. And yeah, I'm not very good at hospitals. I don't like them very much. I get very uncomfortable at the hospitals. I think I'm better at home recovering. But yeah, I then got moved to a normal ward with guys that have been there for a couple of weeks already, but with the same operation. But they were struggling. But they were a bit older than me, so that's probably understandable. But I was healing really quickly, and I went for basically when you have the operation, you can have issues pooing. You get constipated and you can't go, and they expect about a week after your first one. That's when they expect it. But I went like a few days later, and I was like it was quite normal for me. But the most of it was just the pain element of things, and especially around your stomach. You use all your muscles around your stomach, and it just shows you how much you use your stomach muscles, because I could hardly get up. It was so painful. But after like 5-6 days, I was allowed home. So, and I got home, and I've been recovering since. The first 2 weeks recovery is awful. I couldn't really sleep for the first week at all, hardly, because the pain. I did have morphine and things like that, but it just didn't. I just couldn't sleep. So, but after a week or two, I started having sleep, and I started getting a lot better. I did morphine slowly and surely, but yeah, everything has gone well to this point. But I'm just grateful that my health is basically back to the best, really, and I don't need any more operations. I've had them all now. It's been quite a tough couple of years for myself. It's all looking up now, and I think I'm really happy with everything, how it's going. It's been a tough old year with my health. Also losing Toby and Oscar, the 2 dogs that you would have seen on here, which is Sophie's family's dogs, mum and dad's dogs. It was quite sad, really. They died quite close apart. They were a big part of our family, so that was quite tough to handle. Other bits and bobs, really. It's not been a great year for me, and I've struggled with my work. I had a temporary job. They just didn't work. The 2 jobs that I had just didn't work out, and I don't think it wasn't me. I'm one of these people that if I dislike something, I will say it, and that's the way it is. I think problem is I'm quite a direct person, and I can't help that sometimes because of my ADHD and my dyslexia together. I find directness is a lot easier for me because I can just get my point straight to the point basically, without going through all the loopholes and stuff like that. And it's a bit like my writing. How I write is I'm very direct, and I don't mean to cause offend by anything, but there's people that are just direct and they don't mean anything to buy it. They're just direct. They're not rude or anything like that. They're just trying to get their point across. But this job is very good. They look after me very well. I'm not going to say the company is because I don't really want to shout it out. But basically, it works out for us very well. We get private medical insurance, which is great. That means I don't have to wait on the NHS. I can just go and get things done privately if I need to. A great pension as well, and they look after their staff, and which is great as well. There's lots of things that me and Sophie still want to do, so yeah, it's good for that. And as we build our family, we need to have better finances and stuff like that, and that's what's happening. So yeah, as you grow older, you get more experience and you're worth more. And I'm one of these people that don't like to stand still for too long. I will make the move if I need to make the move whenever it's right for me and my family. So yeah, that's what I've done. And people say, how can you move on and stuff like that so easily and from other jobs? And it's just the way I am. I'm built that way, and I'm a very confident person. And I don't, if something's not right, I will say something and I'll just move on to somewhere different. And that's the way it is. I don't hold any grudges with anyone, and I just get on with life, and there I am. Be happy, that's what I say. If you're unhappy with your job, go look for another one. I guarantee if something happened to you, they will replace you just like that anyway. So I wouldn't worry about your job. There's plenty of good jobs out there. You just have to, be confident in yourself and, sell yourself out there. And that's what you need to do. You look at jobs that are probably better paid than yours and go, oh, I won't get that. Or, oh, I won't get that. It's a good company to work for. Well, if you don't put yourself out there and try, you ain't going to get it. So that's what I do. I push myself, and I think having that motivation is good for me. I always push myself every single day of my life, so I think that's a good attitude to have. Positive always wins over negative, that's what I say. And yeah, I'm just living my life really. I want to do more things next year. I could do more trips around Europe. We're going on, as you are aware, to Disney World in the next, is it 4 days or so? Very soon. And we can't wait. We've been waiting for this for about 2.5 years now. So yeah, we're going to Disney for about 15 days, Disney World, and then we're going on a 3-4 night cruise around the Caribbean on the Disney Wish, which is the new cruise. So there's going to be lots of vlogs and lots of updates of everything. Which I can't wait to show you guys around, and so much to do at Disney. It's really, you can go so many times and not do everything. You go, oh, I haven't done that. There's always one thing that you miss. But yeah, I just like to update that my life is going a lot better and moving forward. Everything's positive. I start my new job after I come back off holiday. So yeah, it's going to be a very exciting times ahead. Back to the gym in December as well, which I'm looking forward to, because I haven't been able to do that because of you know, because of my operation. Not had time to do it until now. So yeah, I finally got around to doing it. Like Sophie will be very happy about. And yeah, you'll be seeing me in a lot of vlogs coming up. Sophie wants me to join her in another vlog later. Don't know what she's dragging me into. But yeah, next week I'll be going on camera anyway. I've got no choice on the vlogs. I'm very looking forward to them. I'm sure you guys are as well. Everything's going to go back to normal. I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, we'll see you soon, guys. If there's anything you want to ask me, just pull it down on the questions, comments. I'll answer when I do see them, and I will see you on other videos very soon. But no, bye guys.